Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Occasional Dilemma Gaming. I'm your host Stando, and we have a slew of news to kick off your 2019. First, let's start off by talking about what could be a new competitor to the upcoming next gen of PlayStation and Xbox. Slightly Mad Studio CEO Ian Bell, during an interview with Variety, announced an upcoming console for third-party games. This console will have no exclusives, and while we don't know much about the specs just yet, Bell did say that the console will be like a very fast PC 2 years from now, running games at a native 4K 60 FPS resolution, and with VR capability running at games at 90 FPS per eye. All sounds great, though it does sound kind of like some pipe dream, because I personally would think this would be a very expensive piece of hardware, but Bell claims that it will be priced competitively to do whatever current iteration of Xbox or PlayStation is out at the time. This new console plans on releasing 3 years away from now. The console will be called the Mad Box, and here are some images. This is the concept design, and I have to say it's kind of out there. It's supposed to have a carrying handle on top, I guess, for LAN parties and taking it around with you, tucking it around. But it's kind of weird looking, and it stands out, which could be a good thing. But how would that work in your living room? I mean, a lot of us don't want something so odd that it's not able to fit under the shelf, or it just looks distracting sitting next to the TV with the neon lights and everything going on. Perhaps, however, this could be what people wanted from the Steam box. But again, I have to wonder, if you are buying a console version of a PC, why not just buy a PlayStation or Xbox and get the exclusives? We know that exclusives is what drives hardware sales, whether you like them or not. And exclusives do well for the console makers, so I just don't see the market for this thing unless it's a mid-tier option somewhere between consoles and PC that is a bit beefier in horsepower than the PS4 or Xbox. But then, how do you price that competitively without losing money on it? Lots of questions, but that's my opinion. Feel free to make it your own or share yours down in the comments below. Activision Blizzard shares were down 26.5% at the end of 2018. For all of you counting, that is a multi-billion-dollar loss that has had a lot of finger pointing to start going on over at the company. The fingers may have stopped at Chief Financial Officer Spencer Newman, as he was reportedly fired for undisclosed reasons. It might be publicly undisclosed, but there's no company goes down billions of dollars without someone getting fired. Newman may be quick to sign up for new employment, though, as he seeks to become the next CFO of Netflix. Several reasons can point to Activision's financial woes, however, including how they handled Diablo Immortal at 2018's BlizzCon. They released the Diablo game as a mobile game when clearly the PC playing fan base that made the game such a hit in the first place were ready for the next real installment. Needless to say, Immortals it's not doing very well. Also, you have Call of Duty in this year, and although it sold well, it's not doing so great in the DLC microtransaction department. It sold well, like I said, but it didn't sell well enough. And on top of that, what might be a $60 base game or a $100 deluxe version, there's also a season pass, microtransactions that are ridiculous, like, $1 red dots. Plus, there's a battle pass for the blackout mode. This is the most heavy-handed monetization that I can remember in a long time. I know they're trying to do the Battle Pass mode to compete with Fortnite, but you got to remember Fortnite is a free game. Call of Duty, if you want to monetize your game this much, Activision, I say make a free game. Don't sell it for $60, and then you can try to monetize it how you see fit. But if you're going to release a $60 game, you got to get the Battle Pass and all this other crap out of the game. You've just got to do it. Don't forget that the game reviewed well because none of the monetization was added until after the game was released to the public. That's some shady stuff. When every game wants more and more money because every game is a games as a service, sooner or later the money well runs dry because you have all the money. That's why I think there's going to be yet another big AAA video game crash in the upcoming future, because it's not enough to make money. Investors need to make all of the money. EA stocks were also down thanks to poor performance of Battlefield 5 this year. This has cost EA about $21 billion. The shooter was released in a very overcrowded window when you consider that how much good faith that EA has lost over the past few years with their treatment of properties such as Mass Effect and how they have treated the Star Wars license with Battlefront and Battlefront 2 and the closing of Visceral Studios. Oh, and don't forget Command & Conquer on mobile. Is it any wonder that EA is still around with all the debacle of messes that they have found themselves in, claiming that single-player gaming is dead? 2018 really kicked them in the balls with that one. I mean, you had God of War, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Far Cry 4. Oh my God. Hell of a lot of games, all breaking records. Erik Wolpow, who is known as the writer for Portal series and the Half-Life 2, he left Valve back in February 2017. However, he recently appeared in the credits of Valve's latest game, Artifact. This prompted Tyler McVicker to give old Gabe Newell a tweet. The tweet said, I quote, I'm trying to confirm the legitimacy of this email. However, according to it, Erik Wolpow is back at Valve, the co-writer of Half-Life episodes Portal and Portal 2. Gabe Newell replied, he's back. And that's pretty much that news story. But great reporting there by Tyler McVicker, excuse me. Great reporting to him. I wouldn't get too excited because after all, this guy was credited in Artifact after all. So I doubt that Half-Life 3 will ever release because it simply won't be able to live up to the infamous hype. Alright. Even if Wolpow's there, I just don't think that game will ever release. Speaking of keeping your expectations in check, though, Ex Hearthstone devs who left in 2018 have formed a new studio called Second Dinner. They're reportedly working on a new Marvel game, according to their announcement. This has left a lot of people questioning what it could be and how it ties into the new Marvel gaming universe that was kicked off with Insomniac Spider-Man. And will it be followed up with Crystal Dynamics' Avengers project? I wouldn't speculate too hard on this, guys. It might not be what you all are thinking. Look, they make mobile card games. That's what they do, and they do it well. I would expect this to be another trading card game with the Marvel brand. Again, I could be wrong, but given the track record of these ex-Blizzard employees, I wouldn't get too excited for anything else. This is probably going to be a card game and nothing more. Hey, that's all the news I have for you this week. What do you guys think the new Marvel game from Second Dinner will be? Also, what do you think about Activision and EA these days? And will you be looking forward to what may be the next Mad Box console? What will it turn out to be? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments section below. Don't forget, guys, you can follow me live on Discord and on Twitch, twitch.tv/stando. Hey, don't forget to check out our website, occasionallimit.com. And we have a new podcast starting this week that will air live on Twitch and post to our new YouTube channel. I know this is a lot of links of stuff. I'll leave them all for you guys down in the description box to know what all we're doing. Again, the best place to get everything all in one, occasionaldilemma.com. Remember, guys, I love your face. I'll catch you on the flip side. But until then, have a good one.